3 years in a row
Mhm.
in the playoffs,
Mhm.
for you as well.
Mhm.
Team's done better each year.
Mhm.
Do you guys feel more confident, more comfortable going into this playoff series than you have in the past?
Well, yeah, I feel so. I think so. I feel more comfortable, even with the last year's butt kicking that we got last year. I feel very comfortable going in. I know our players are more confident this year throughout the season. We go through rough times. There wasn't a panic felt throughout the season in tough situations. So I really feel like I know that our players have grown and become confident, and you only get that through experience. And I've grown as a coach. I've grown understanding and knowing our players, trusting the continuity that we've built over the last 2 or 3 years has paid huge dividends for us. And so I would say yes to that question, Stephen.
First couple of times through talking to the guys, they seemed a bit overwhelmed by the crowd. Not in a bad way, but definitely overwhelmed by this crowd.
That's what I just said, yeah.
This time they shouldn't be.
Well, that's the point I was making. We have a great crowd, but I mean it's unusual crowd because it is so passionate and so loud, and it can overwhelm you. And I think going through those first 2 years and going through last year, this year it shouldn't overwhelm us. And the young guys have been in big games before in the Pac-10 and other situations. Corey's been there before, so but our crowd is second to none, and it could be a positive or it could be a negative if guys feel the pressure. But I don't think I know we're not gonna feel the pressure this year.
You said at the end of last year there was some complacency in the second half of the season, like sometimes the players took practice as punishment. Did you think this year it was completely different?
Yeah, I didn't feel that this year. I didn't feel that. I think we had the itis last year. We had like 11 game lead, and we weren't going to go up, and we weren't going to go down. So it set in on us, and I thought we got complacent with it. We stopped trying to improve. I thought this year, throughout the year, in our shoot-arounds were positive, upbeat, tried to improve. There weren't complaints about shoot-arounds and practice, so it was positive this year. So I didn't feel that at all this year.
I know you didn't think that you guys' record against good teams this year was as important as consistently playing at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think is that a comforting thing that you have played the teams that you're going to play in this playoffs, no matter who you play in the East at the very least, you played well against them?
Well, that's a confidence builder, but I don't still think it trumps consistency, Bruce, because you can go out, and we did it. We go out and beat Atlanta one night and come back and lose to I think it was Denver or Phoenix the next night. So then everybody, they can't do it. So consistency is far more important in this league, I think, as playing well again. Because if you're consistent and you're doing it every night, you're going to take care of a lot of those things. And I thought early we weren't as consistent. I thought we became consistent as the year went on and have been consistent. But I think consistency is what you're fighting and striving for, to play to your playing personality and offensively and defensively, and don't get too high for the San Antonios and Golden States, and then next night you come out and lay an egg against whoever. So that's what we were trying to work on.
Not really the success of this season, and not having been able to get past the first round the last 2 years, would it be devastating to this franchise to lose in the first round again?
I don't think so. Nobody wants to listen to me. Nobody wants to hear it. We still are a growing program. We're still a growing culture. We've achieved, we've won some games, we've improved every year, but we're not done yet. I would say, our star signing with Damari has been unfortunately hurt all year. So again, we're not a finished product as far as who we're going to be. Masai is one of the best in the league as far as talent evaluation. He's going to continue to bring talent in. So again, what we're doing now is not like the end all of where we are and I hope not. You should, the fans should hope not, that we're not done, that this is it. So no, definitely not. You know, we don't go in thinking that way. We don't go in expecting that. But if something like that did happen, it's not the end. I don't think you can say that for any team that has been successful and has been growing over the last few teams. Not only us, but any other team in the league.
One of the things you found, consistency seemed to tie, at least appearance-wise, when Norman Powell played more minutes and you brought him to the lineup. I don't know, you don't expect that to happen when you put a rookie in there.
Right.
You seem to find some stability with her.
Right. I'd have to look at the numbers on it. I don't know, with that statement of whether Norm is correlating to consistency. He's been consistent as a player. We're really happy and proud of that. But I don't know if the team is consistent as far as whether Norm has been in the lineup or not. He's played well. He's improved. He's getting better. He has warts. He still has some areas where he needs to get better at, and he will. And like any young player in the league. So I'd have to look at that and see.
Let's take two more questions, please.
When you talk about the,
Mhm.
sorry.
Holly.
When you talk about the professionalism and the focus that the group has had from the duration of the year this year, how much of that comes from previous trials and experience, but also bringing in guys like Corey or Luis who have won at different levels and understand how important that is?
I think experience, Holly, is one thing that teaches you a lot. I think, everybody talks about, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar has grown every year. He's gotten better. He's matured as a man. He doesn't get as frustrated as he used to. It comes out every once in a while, but not as much as it used to my first couple of years here. Kyle has matured and grown as a man. As a player, both of them have become two of the elite players in the league through this time period and developed into that because, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you wouldn't have put them in that conversation. But now they've done that, so that grows confidence. Now you add a guy like Corey, who's mature for his age, Bismack, who's mature for his age, whatever that age is. But it's one of those things that all that combined together, I think, is kind of brought the team together and helped us. Now, again, is it a finished product? I'm gonna continue to say it. No. We still can do some things better, improve, and still earn the respect of the league that that we deserve. And so.
How has that maturation of DeMar and Kyle helped or aided them in their leadership roles within the locker room?
Well, they've been there, going through what we went through last year, the year before that, taking Brooklyn to 7 games with a Hall of Fame lineup. I mean, that series was probably tougher because those guys were smart, they were savvy, they did a lot of nuance and subtle things to make you think. So that series was a lot to go to 7 games as far as the maturation process. So they learned a lot through that, as well as last year. That their experience, their life experience, has really helped them a lot to grow and to mature. And Terrence Ross is growing. So we got Jonas is growing. So you go right down the list. We've got a lot of not a lot of guys come in here that were a finished product to say, hey, here's a superstar, let's go. So I'm proud of the guys. I enjoy coming to work every day. I enjoy coming to work with Masai, with the players. So again, this has been a positive situation throughout, even with the games that you say, well, we stunk tonight, but yet and still guys bounced back the next day and came back from it. And so it's been positive, it's been good, and we just got to continue that throughout these next few weeks and in the playoffs.